our next guest is Madaminova Kamola. You know her, a second-year student at University of Turin. Right after graduating the school with a higher score of 8.5
in IELTS.
In IELTS, yeah.
Please welcome. Interesting.
Hello, Kamola.
How you doing? Let me take.
Have a seat, please.
So you've been here once again.
We're
glad to see you. Come closer. Come closer.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Great, thank you.
How you doing? You good? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and I'm really glad to be here again.
How's study going?
Great, I really like it there, and I'm really learning a lot of new stuff. For example, even with programming. Lately, I've been learning to program Telegram bots, and I'm really glad that I
So, right after the graduation of school, finishing school, you're
a second-year student?
Yes,
or first year?
Second year, because there's a policy in our university. If you take the exams very well, if your results are really good, you can just go directly to the second course.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yeah. Yes.
But you're at the age of 17, yeah,
yes.
I guess, and you're a second-year student. Wow, great.
Yes, and it actually gives me quite a good, I don't know, maybe some winning time, because I really want to go to the master's degree, because there is like more specialization in that, and I'm really interested to do it, to go abroad maybe. So I'm really happy that I just got a chance to go directly to the second course.
Kamola, I wanted to ask you one question. If I'm not mistaken, I watched you on TV, right? Or not?
Maybe.
What program?
You won a certificate for your 8.5.
Oh yes. You
Have you ever?
You mean which?
It was rewarding youth.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
I still don't know exactly which program you are talking about, but yes, I have been on some program about the reward. I've been actually on 2 programs probably about the reward, so I'm not really sure which one you're talking about.
Okay, you've been there.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe...
Would you like to talk about
the certificate, diploma? Yeah.
So now you see it, and then we're going to show it, all right, to the audience.
Oh, okay.
I see. Yeah. Reasonable, right? Let me show it to you guys. So could you talk about this certificate, which is valuable?
So I guess everybody knows that every year we have school Olympiads, and I won the last stage, the Republican stage. So I kind of like got the first place in the Republican stage of the Olympiad, which means like I won it, and I'm really happy about it because I have been working toward it for quite a long time, and I wanted it really a lot. Well, what else can I tell you? Well, the Olympiad, the last stage of the Olympiad, was actually conducted in Jazak, and we were put into a boarding school. And what I really liked about that place was the wonderful nature. The weather was really good, despite the fact that it was summer. And we also had a lot of different activities there.
In which district you were? Because you mentioned about the beautiful nature.
Yes,
yeah.
I think it was close to Aktaj, if I'm not mistaken.
That's why maybe.
Yeah, probably.
The weather is kind of gloomy, yes?
Not really gloomy, but really fresh. And
really fresh, yeah.
Yes, and there were just huge insects and huge like flowers sometimes. And I never saw such flowers or such insects, for example, here or even in the mountains in Tashkent, around Tashkent. So it was really interesting.
Breathing in deep is very like out of the world there, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about this stuff.
One more
the
time,
certificate, guys. Come on, take a look at this. So here's the IELTS certificate, International English Language Testing System, and I don't think this is visible to you all, but the certificate is very valuable
Yes.
to you, right?
Very much.
And you got 8.5, which is the CFR level C2. What is the secret behind this? I mean,
secret
yes.
is self-study and English books. Yes.
Yes.
I like reading. I really love reading. At some point in my life, I was nearly obsessed with reading. I would always read, and I guess this is something that helped me a lot because especially during the quarantine, I read a lot of books in English, and immediately after, I could just see a huge, very good
progress.
increase. Yes. progress in all of my skills, not only just in reading, but also in listening, in writing, and in speaking too. I guess it's just very much connected because you are getting immersed into the language, and of course your language skills in general will just get better, not only just reading skills.
You see, you've taken, you did take this exam on May 7th, right?
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
And at that time, you were at age
17.
17, right?
Yes.
Okay, you turned 18 this year.
Yes.
All right. So
2 months actually.
at age 17, it's still hard, you know, for somebody like you to get a higher band score. People spend most of their, I would say, lives, you know, like years, to get a higher band score in IELTS. So, how did you just work on your reading, especially? Because we talked about reading at the beginning of our show, and what is the hacks, maybe shortcuts or tricks that you used or learned? I know there's no shortcut, right? Yeah, we have to admit it. People just come to teachers and want to say, like, in 2 months, I want to just take IELTS, I want to take that exam, but I am a beginner level student, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe, you know? I would say just, come on, look at yourself. So what would you say?
Well, as you said, there are no shortcuts, and especially if you want to get a really high score, because, you know, C2 and C1 are almost native level, right?
A very good user.
Yes, in order to get to that level, you cannot just use tricks. You actually have to become like native speakers. And in order to do this, you just studying using different grammar books is not enough. At least I think so. You actually have to immerse yourself into the English environment. Like maybe if you watch YouTube, watch videos in English, read in English, just maybe turn to English social media. So just try to act as if you are
you
actually
live there.
Yeah.
Start from minorities.
Yes, of course. For
to
example,
get the majority.
yes, I still remember how I just started reading books, and there were so many words that I simply did not understand, and I would always turn to the vocabulary, to different dictionaries, just to look them up. But then, after some time, I got used to this, I learned new words, so it will get better over time. You just never have to stop.
People who are watching right now, you know, are just wondering, oh my God, what is she saying right now? She's very speaking like fluently and fast. You see, your L1 is Uzbek, am I right?
Yes.
Or Russian? Uzbek.
Well, I would say both. Actually, I know Russian a little bit better because I studied in Russian school, so just academic Russian is better.
Specifically speaking of Russian, like people who know Russian or who are Russian, it's hard for them to be fluent in English, especially with their hard accent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how do you usually work on your pronunciation, fluency? I sometimes have difficulty like speaking like fast and connecting words to each other. For example, there are some words and sounds in Uzbek, right? They are similar to in English. So I sometimes messed up, you know?
Yes. Maybe, well, I will tell you a little secret. I'm just a naturally very fast speaker.
Oh, that is what it is, huh?
Yes, but just in terms of working on your English pronunciation only, I think I would recommend you to maybe just talk to yourself, just express your opinions. For example, you are in a room, you don't have anyone to talk to, but you have something to think about. You can just say it out loud, and it will really help because you'll just get used to this speaking. You'll get used to speaking in English, speaking fast even, speaking naturally. So just try to say it out loud, maybe.
It always helps. Yes.
And we shouldn't be afraid, right, to make mistakes.
Yes.
And of making a mess, right? Messing it up. Everything what we are saying. People we have to admit that. Non-English speakers here, we are learning English and trying to learn teach English. Students usually face their fear, right? And they can't speak because of their states, because they are shy, they are painfully shy, they're afraid to make mistakes. They feel embarrassed when they speak in front of their friends and family, right? Because of their voice and stuff.
Yeah, I actually understand that.
How did you overcome this? Did you also have this problem?
I don't remember exactly, but later when I tried to learn French, I did have this problem. Well, I was really shy just about speaking out loud to other people, but I was okay with myself. So I think just try to speak more. Again, when you're alone, for example, just say it out loud. And another thing, the thing you said about mistakes, I think that it's actually kind of even good to make mistakes sometimes, because when you make a mistake, you understand what is wrong with your knowledge, what you are doing wrong, what is maybe not quite in place. You will really see this, and when you're just going smoothly without any mistakes, you get confident in your knowledge, which might not be perfectly right. So it's actually kind of even good to make mistakes sometimes.
So the main point is clarifying, right? Delivering the message.
Yes.
Native people also do make mistakes, right?
Of course.
Like we do in Uzbek and Russian, right?
Yes.
We just don't pay attention because we are natives.
Yeah, you know also French, right?
No, not really.
Not
well,
really.
You started, right?
Yes,
In our
started.
first
But
time.
I just
because
want to say we have really like-minded people today. But when because one girl also knew
Yeah,
French.
Yeah,
No, still
That's
no.
why. Okay, what's your strength and weakness?
Well, I guess one of my strengths, which I like the most, is an ability to learn really fast. If I'm interested in something, I will learn it, even if it takes me a lot of time, a lot of effort. I will still learn it, and I will do it pretty fast because, again, I'm really interested in it. I'm really curious about it. For example, again, with Telegram bots, it actually happened quite fast. I was even surprised. I saw that I would face many problems. I thought that it would be really too hard, but then I just sat down and I realized it was actually quite interesting, so I just learned it. Well, this is one of my biggest strengths, I guess, and I really like it. If I want it, I will learn it.
If I want it, I want to get it, right?
Yes, like that.
Want it, I get it. So there's literally everything, right? To achieve something, to learn something.
Yes, you can do.
Possibilities are infinite.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
So as
There's
a
so many sources of information right now on the internet.
So as a thank you, we really want you to come back again, right?
I would be really glad.
with the great accomplishments, achievements. Not only like this, but last time you brought only this one, right?
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, this time you're bringing this one as well. Next time we're hoping to bring a lot of achievements, right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very
Once
much.
again,
See
we
you
appreciate you.
For the next time also, because we have let so many things to talk.
Talk about it.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Thank
Have a
you
good
very
day.
Yes.
Yes, dear viewers.
Maybe it's been the second time, but it's not gonna be the last time. Continue watching us.